Hey guys, so this is week 4 of trying to get fluent in Italian. Not many changes. I added Netflix to the mix, but it's not really different from YouTube. So let's see the progress. Duolingo is more or less the same as last week, around 3 hours of learning and around 100 words that were added. Yeah, it's just a small correction about the last week. I actually had the wrong total number there, but the words learned was correct. So in total, YouTube and Netflix combined is more or less the same as last week, around 20 hours or so. I spent a bit more time in Lingo Champion this week. I did not measure the words added, but I added around 88 learning words and I read around 16,000 words this week, which is quite a lot compared to last week, which was like, I think 3,000, something like this. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to avoid perfection. So when I come across, for example, numbers, I'm not trying to kind of pronounce them yet. I will deal with numbers later, and I will deal with some forms of conjugation and some tenses later as well. Right now, I just want to kind of get the meaning. I'm using simplification with AI quite a lot in Lingo Champion. So let me show you how. So here I've got my Lingo Champion open, my Italian course. And you can see I have some articles in continuous studying. I mean, I could choose from here as well, but it doesn't matter really. Let's open this one. I haven't read it yet. You can see the progress is 0. So as you can see, the words in blue are the ones that I probably don't know yet. So if I look it through quickly, I can see that this TCL, which is I think like a serial number basically, or model number, repeats a lot. Generosa, I kind of know what it means. Novissimo, I kind of know what it means. Incarnando, I know. Impegno, I don't know yet.
Impegno.
All right, commitment. Democratizzare, I know. Yeah, I think I know more or less everything here. For example, sottolineando, I know it's underlined. It's just like a different form that I haven't seen before. So let me go to the next page. So what I'm looking now is like how many words on the next page will be marked as known based on this page. So let's wait a little. Yeah, like a little bit. And most of the stuff here is like, this is like model numbers or brand names and so on. So it's quite easy to read this particular article. If there would be like a lot of blue words here on this page and they're kind of not overlapping with the previous page, so they're not marked as known, then I would probably simplify the article because I just feel like it's too much to struggle on every single page. I can struggle a little bit in the beginning, look up like, 5-10 words, but I don't want to be struggling on every single page. So that's what I'm trying to do with simplification here. I think Duolingo is kind of getting to the point where I'm trying to kind of blindly just complete the task that they give me. So I'm not really focusing on the meaning. I'm just like next. So all I want to do is complete the task, get the points, and move on. And it's the same with YouTube. So the problem with subtitles is like you really need to focus on the subtitles, and sometimes I just forget, or maybe I get overloaded. But either way, I look them in the beginning, and then 2 minutes later I'm like, oh wait, I forgot to read the subtitles. So you need to force yourself with the subtitles. I think next week will be more interesting when I actually switch to Italian audio, but let's see what happens. So one of the things I forgot to mention actually is when I'm using Lingo Champion, after the article is finished, I'm usually also listen to the article in Italian, so I can kind of listen back to the article. So it's not pure reading in that sense. It's both listening and reading what I'm doing. And I'm rarely doing flashcards now. It's mostly just reading and listening. Reading and listening in itself, in a way, is like flashcards, because the words will pop up again and again, the ones that are relevant. And the ones that only appear once, every blue moon, like why would I want to know them anyway? So I'm not going to practice them separately with flashcards. I'm not trying to pass an exam or, impress somebody with words that nobody uses. So that's the progress. I can understand a few topics now, mainly about the EVs and AI, but also some stuff about the phones. So it really depends on the domain. I think if I keep on reading, then I can branch out to other domains as well. For example, I've read some articles about politics as well, and if it's a topic that I'm already familiar with, then it's not that hard right now. Maybe the best way is to show you the situation right now. So I'm back now in Lingo Champion, And as you can see, this is the news feed, right? So I can see exactly how many words are new in this article that I've not seen before. And so if I filter out by technology, yeah, then you can see like pretty much every article is green. There are not much more than 30% of new words, and quite often it's just like 20 or 15%, out of which, many could be like just proper names or model numbers and stuff like this. If I take something that's different, let's say sports, then you can see some yellow ones here as well, or orange ones. And so this basically means that I'm just not into sports. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so eventually these ones will turn into green as well if I read enough tech stuff, but there will be always domain-specific vocabulary, so you just can't run away from it. If you want to understand what goes on in sports in Italy, then you got to study the subject. There's no other way. You can't get the sports vocabulary by reading tech news. So yeah, so that's the progress for this week. Hope you got a few tips from it, and yeah, see you next week. Ciao.